The KXAN News Podcast is sponsored by Shelf Genie.
After a sunny and dry weekend, storms are going to try making a return. We'll show you when severe weather is most likely in First Warning Weather.
We're asking everyone for your help till we can bring this suspect, or this monster, I will call him, to justice.
With no leads in the case, there is now an $80,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of this man you just saw, accused in a mass murder north of Houston. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Rush. The FBI also released new images of the suspect as the search stretches into its second day. Here are the updated pictures of Mexican national 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa. He is accused of murdering 5 people, including a child, in a San Jacinto County home next door to his own late Friday night. More than 200 officers from multiple agencies are involved in the search, but the FBI says the investigation is stalled with no leads indicating where Oropesa might be. The victims are Honduran nationals ranging in age from 31 to just 8 years old.
My heart is with this 8-year-old little boy. I don't care if he was here legally. I don't care if he was here illegally. He was in my county. 5 people died in my county, and that is where my heart is.
The sheriff says the suspect became angry and barged into the home after a neighbor asked him to stop firing an AK-47 in his yard because they had a baby who was trying to sleep. Officials also released a photo showing a tattoo they say the suspect has on his left forearm. The $80,000 reward is a combination of money from the governor, the FBI, and Crime Stoppers. The FAA is involved in an investigation into a skydiving accident near San Marcos. According to a spokesperson for Skydive Spaceland, a skydiving center in Caldwell County, a 31-year-old licensed, experienced skydiver died Friday while they were skydiving over Fentress, Texas. That's about 20 minutes outside of San Marcos. The spokesperson says the skydiver was wearing their own gear when it appears that the primary parachute malfunctioned. According to the company, the person, who has not been identified, did not survive the landing despite the use of the backup parachute. The FAA is investigating the packing of those 2 parachutes. Going in depth now, according to the United States Parachute Association, skydiving deaths are rare. The organization says in 2021, of an estimated more than 3.5 million jumps, there were 10 fatalities. In 2020, 11 people died out of nearly 3 million jumps that year. 7 people escaped an apartment fire this morning in a complex the fire department says had no working smoke alarms. It happened at a complex on Willow Creek Drive in southeast Austin. The people escaped through rear windows and were injured as they bailed out. One person was taken to the hospital with serious injuries but is expected to survive. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Today, local crime survivors and families of crime victims gathered for a healing vigil. It is part of the 5th annual Survivors Speak Healing Vigil Day of Action. Dozens of survivors came together this afternoon to discuss solutions to break the cycle of crime and help survivors heal. It also marks the end of National Crime Victims' Rights Week, where thousands are coming together for similar vigils across the country.
I'm just excited about the day. We got a chance to honor our loved ones, honor ourselves, and just moving forward with the Trauma Recovery Center, trying to get that up and running and get people the services that they need, because really all we want to do is heal.
Last year, a national survey found that only 30% of victims feel safe in their community after experiencing crime.
First Warning Weather with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
Sure was warm today, but a great day to be spent out on the lake. And there are many out there on Lake Travis. From the Oasis restaurant, it's still 91 degrees, and we cracked to 90 in Austin too. Still many low 90s for you in the hill country now. Some slightly cooler upper 80s mainly in Gillespie County, and we're either side of 90 degrees throughout the metro on a very warm day, but at least the humidity was low today, and generally 80s in our eastern counties where the humidity was actually a little bit higher. Heading into the evening, gorgeous evening here for your Sunday. 83 and sunny at 7, 75 and clear at 9, and we drop down down into the low 70s at 11. Tonight will be the coolest night for at least the next week and possibly more. We'll show you one more sunny day on our 7-day forecast before humidity rushes back and eventually multiple chances for rain, storms, and even severe weather.
All right, Nick, thanks. Some refer to Barton Springs as the crown jewel of Austin, but you may not know this iconic 3-acre pool's history. It dates back 12,000 years when tribes started entering the region, but the use of Barton Springs as we know it began nearly 200 years ago when colonists settled it in the area. For a long time, Barton Springs was segregated from the late 19th century as well into the 20th century. By 1962, all Austin parks were desegregated, including the Springs. Now, this is just some of the long history of one of Austin's most iconic parks. If you want to take a deep dive into the history of Barton Springs, head over to KXAN.com and click on this story. It is National Adopt a Shelter Pet Day, and Austin Pets Alive is celebrating by waiving adoption fees at its Town Lake Center location. Those waived adoption fees go for all the cats, dogs, kittens, and puppies at the center. So far this year, Austin Pets Alive program and events like these have helped nearly 3,000 pets get adopted.
We're a last chance shelter. We are saving these dogs directly from being euthanized from other shelters. So these dogs are really, really special, and they're all just incredible and well loved, and could definitely use a good home and a break from being here.
So if you want to take advantage of the no fees today, you still have a little bit of time. The adoption event lasts until 6 this evening. Still to come, the long-standing tradition at the Texas legislature to bring a sense of camaraderie for new lawmakers. And towns on the Mississippi River navigating major flooding condition as the river overflows rather. So what we show you at the legislature is often serious debate on important topics, even moments of intense partisan battles. But you should know that there are also moments that bring people together. It's why our Capitol correspondent Monica Madden is introducing us to a long-standing tradition aimed at forging strong relationships across aisles, especially for newcomers.
When you think of the word hazing, lawmaking probably is not what comes to mind, but it's a tradition that's been around for decades as a way to bring on the new members and establish a sense of camaraderie.
You're only a freshman once.
Chair recognizes Ms. Flores to explain her very first bill.
Freshman Representative Lulu Flores' first bill made it to the floor Tuesday, making it time for the old members to haze the new.
Are you the famous Lulu of Lululemon?
I wish I were, because then I'd be really rich and I wouldn't have to be doing this.
Fellow newbies surround the freshmen for support while partaking in the fun.
You have to learn your place, you know, even though I've had experience working here before. Tensions can run high, so being lighthearted helps.
It follows suit in the Senate.
So your nameplate just says tan. Can you tell me what tanning salon you go to? Because it's obviously not working.
Even to the surprise of freshman Senator Tan Parker. He's a former state rep and thought that might give him a free pass.
I had an inkling, but for those that's their first time to run for office, they get elected, sometimes they're like, well, maybe I would have reconsidered had I known.
There are rare moments in which leaders allow this kind of conduct on the floor.
Do you yield to the further harassment?
I yield.
For the other freshmen on the floor, your time is coming at some point.
Longtime ledge vets say this tradition has stuck.
The most terrifying moment for a freshman is their first bill, so if having it be good-natured is reassuring.
In the name of building a better legislative body.
Each legislative session is kind of a family being created. Such a grounding moment brings people back to some level of congeniality.
That was Monica Madden reporting. This session brings 26 freshman members to the House and 5 to the Senate. That's up from last session when the legislature had 22 new members.
Well, towns along the Mississippi River are continuing to navigate flood conditions as the river begins cresting. Residents in Pleasant Valley, Iowa, experienced waist-high water and had their gas shut off. People could be seen going down streets using a boat due to the water levels. The river is not expected to see many record crests in the next week, according to the National Weather Service. Residents hope that the worst of the weather conditions are coming to an end, as officials in towns along the river are being optimistic due to improved flood walls and prevention measures put in place. All right, temperatures today for us, 91 degrees. That's shy of the record high of 95, and it was a good 8 degrees above normal for us. Hey, we got an update today from the Climate Prediction Center for the May forecast. May, of course, begins tomorrow. And this is good news. Looks wetter than normal now for us here in Central Texas, and also near normal for temperatures. These are both improvements over the warmer than normal and near normal rainfall, which was expected a couple of weeks ago. So wetter than normal for May. You can read all about the May forecast, full of in-sync puns, if you'd like, on the weather blog at KXAN.com. We'll take you through some storms later this week in First Warning Weather.
This KXAN News podcast is brought to you by Shelf Genie. I'm Rosie Newberry from KXAN Studio 512. Considering replacing your kitchen cabinets? Struggling to find or reach things? Go to shelfgenie.com/Austin. Shelf Genie designs custom pull-out shelves for your existing cabinets, adding convenience and value to the most used room in your home. Shelf Genie custom pull-out shelves, everything in reach.
As the live music capital of the world, Austin is known for its entertainment scene. For the past 25 years, a local nonprofit has worked to make the city's music industry more accessible to kids from lower income backgrounds. And now it's hitting its high note. Anthropos Arts has provided free music lessons to thousands of students across 16 area schools. The executive director tells KXAN art and music can be a creative outlet that helps students find community and support while also immersing them in their cultures and interests.
So much of music in the real world is oral tradition. It's passed on. It's not all on paper, and it's not all one specific genre of music. It's from all over the world, and it's about listening, and it's about feel, and it's about what a teacher is willing to impart onto their student, and we consider that a gift.
We've got more information on Anthropos Arts Anniversary Showcase, as well as ways to support the nonprofit, online right now at KXAN.com.
First Warning Weather with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
After the week we had, pretty fantastic weather for the weekend. I know it was a touch warm for you today with highs in the low 90s, but at least the humidity was low and a decent weather to get that car washed. This is the view in Northwest Austin at the Palms Car Wash with completely blue skies, and the sunshine continues to dominate over the state. Let me talk about why things are going to start changing though tomorrow. For the most part today, our winds have been out of the southwest, a warming wind, but not a particularly humid wind. But starting tomorrow, the winds are going to start coming out of the southeast, bringing in more moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's going to start to mean more humidity comes in, although it'll be gradual tomorrow. I do expect that the sunshine will dominate for one more day here tomorrow. Few passing clouds here and there. Overall, it's a mostly sunny day. But as that humidity increases tomorrow night, low clouds and some areas of fog will be how we start our Tuesday. And while Tuesday starts pretty gray, there'll probably be some breaks of sunshine later in the day on Tuesday. And we'll get into this pattern of mostly cloudy mornings and partly sunny afternoons. We'll do it again for you on Wednesday. Clouds to start, a little sun later in the day. We're at 89 now in Austin. Still areas to the west of us in the 90s on what was a hot day all around. Tomorrow won't be quite as hot, but still very warm. We'll drop down to the low 60s and even upper 50s to begin the day tomorrow, and then jump back up into the upper 80s. So it's another warmer than normal day for us here tomorrow. Just perhaps not quite as warm as today was. So we'll call it mostly clear tonight. The coolest nighttime temperatures of the whole week. So enjoy the comfort while it lasts. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warm, and slowly increasing humidity. You'll really start to notice that humidity increasing, though, Tuesday and beyond. So Tuesday, Wednesday, muggy, and then by Thursday and Friday, we're humid, if not very humid. So starting to feel a little more tropical here by the end of the week. And with that increasing humidity comes increasing rain chances. We think the rain holds off on Wednesday. But by Thursday, pretty decent chances for showers and storms and possibly some severe weather too. And it basically kicks off a series of days where we've got daily rain chances. There's Friday, some more rain chances for you. Saturday too, and possibly continuing into Sunday of next weekend. Don't think every day is going to be a washout, and it may not rain on you every day, but you can see those rain chances for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Highest rain chances at this point appear to be Thursday. How much rain over the next week? Well, the rainfall amounts continue to trend higher. 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches for many of us, according to the European computer model, with some isolated amounts 2 to 3 inches. What about the American model? Well, it's decently wet as well, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches for us as well. So they're kind of along the same lines here, giving us increasingly wet weather Thursday and beyond. We're a little concerned and a first warning here about the potential for more severe thunderstorms on Thursday. But in general, enjoy the dry first 3 days of the work week, although increasingly humid before things get a little unsettled Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The clouds and rain will not keep the temperatures down, though. Mid-80s Thursday, 90 on Friday, 89 Saturday, and 88 degrees on Sunday.
This is KXAN Sports, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Texas baseball head coach David Pierce last weekend talking to the media after they got swept by Oklahoma at home called it one of the most embarrassing moments of his career at UT. They bounced back with a series opening win yesterday against TCU. Today, at last check, up 3-2 in the 9th, trying to clinch a series opening win. Let's get to the pros. That we can actually show highlights. Globe Life Field series finale for the Rangers against the Yankees. This is certainly not a bad start. Josh Young, former Red Raider, going to right field. Oppo Taco counts for 4 runs. We call that a grand salami in the business. They're up big, and they were not done after that. 6-1 in the 5th after Nathaniel Lowe homer. Very next batter, Adolis Garcia. He hits a ball out of the park. Man, that thing was flying out of their home stadium today. 2 batters later, Jonah Heim hits this one to Alpha Centauri. Had to look that one up. According to the internet, it's the nearest star system. Rangers roll. They take 3 of 4 from New York in dominant fashion today, 15-2. To soccer, Austin FC through April last year scored 23 goals, entering yesterday's final match of the month. Just 8 this year. That's not where they want to be. Let's get over to Q2. See, what you got to do, man, is just live. Forget about the score and the game we call life, you know? Little McConaugheyism, and he saw that long drought and 395 minutes without a goal until Emiliano Rigoni scored in the first, and his Argentine pal Sebastian Driussi did the same in the second, but still just a draw. That's kind of how they draw things up with those guys scoring, but 2-2 is how they finish at Q2 against San Jose, so only 1 point as Austin FC cannot get a victory.
The guys grinded and pushed. I think the reaction and response throughout this game was quite good. And, you know, it's disappointing. Ties at home are tough, but the 3 points were there. I mean, we certainly generated many more chances, many more clear-cut chances than them. And we got to take those chances a little bit more cleanly. But progress was made, and we got to, you know, reward ourselves with 3 points.
I think second half was better, and we put some pressure on their side and could have scored more, I think. Yeah, it's frustrating. Frustrating not to get 3 points, but just gotta keep the head up.
At least they scored twice. That is ahead. The draft story for one Longhorn and why it was so hectic for the Texas Ex. Welcome back in. We saw a pair of Longhorns have their dreams turn into reality on the first 2 days of the NFL draft. Bijan Robinson in round 1, DeMarvion Overshown in round 3. 3 more joining the list a day ago. Roschon Johnson, running back in round 4 to the Chicago Bears. Moro Ojomo, defensive lineman in round 7 to the Eagles. And then this guy, Keandre Coburn, in the 6th to the reigning Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Snacks, a team and fan favorite, made that big play at Kansas State last year. Spoke with the media today and described how he was busy cleaning a bunch of things when his phone started blowing up. Didn't think it was anything important. Then he answered the call, and he'll tell you the rest.
He asked me, is this Keandre? And I was just like, yes, it is Keandre. And then he was like, it's just general manager from the Kansas City Chiefs. And after that, man, to be honest, I can't tell you what they said after that. I just started crying. It was just filled of emotion, filled of joy, and felt like really like a lot of things just came off my back. It was like you made it. No matter what, just enjoy this moment. Talk to Andy Reid, talk to the defensive coordinator, talk to D-line coach, assistant D-line coach, and they were just very excited to have me.
A big congratulations to Snacks. That looks pretty beautiful, huh? PGA Tour to the Mexico Open in Villa Hidalgo. Tony Finau for birdie on 14. Goes in, moves to 24 under. That's what you want to do in golf, be way under par. Tap in on 18 to win his 6th career PGA Tour event. Moves to 4th in the FedEx Cup standings. A big weekend for Mr. Finau. You know how much money he won, Mike?
Is in the millions?
I think so. I didn't look, but I think it's a lot of money.
Are you just asking me?
Yeah, maybe.
You don't actually know. You just asked me?
Maybe you would have known. I don't know.
I feel like as a sports guy, that'd be more along your lines.
I will look it up after.
Okay, good deal. We'll find out. Get back to you on that. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast. Stay with us. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were going.
Usually he starts and then I continue, but I'll just take it from here. Here's your forecast for your Monday at the bus stop. Cool start, warm finish. I suggest shorts and a t-shirt for the kid, but maybe a little jacket at the bus stop in the morning before things really warm up. And then things get more humid with some storms and showers expected Thursday. Now this is when you talk.
Okay, I'll take it over for here. Thanks, Nick. You guys have a great night. I appreciate you watching. Hope to see you right back here at 10 o'clock. Take care.